Hello, and a very warm welcome to We Thrive and Shine, to my We Thrive and Shine tribe. So, today, as promised, I'm here with the most wonderful guest. I think that her name is Suji Nair, and Suji is a holistic mental wellness coach. She has over 12 years of experience in meditation. She's a coach. She counsels individuals from a variety of walks in life and helps them to combat fear, stress, and anxiety. She wears so many hats, Suji. I might just miss something. Please add on later. So, Suji is very strong inclusion catalyst for persons with disabilities and LGBTQIA plus community, actually. She conducts awareness sessions to spread the message of respect and acceptance for one another. She's also an Indian Sign Language interpreter for the deaf people to educate, counsel, and empower them. And apart from this, she's a traveler, she's an author, and she's a full time mother to a lovely kid, and she's also a nature lover. Welcome, Suji. I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you, Bharti, for having me here. It's totally my pleasure too.
So, Suji, let's start with this question, which is on so many people's mind. Essentially, when I work with a lot of working professionals, essentially these are leaders, emerging leaders who have almost everything in their life, and still they are feeling so unfulfilled at times. Yeah. And some of them say that we are looking for peace, which we don't have. The life has become so mechanical. So, Suji, tell us how meditation and why meditation is what you chose as your specialization as a coach, as a counselor, and a helper.
Thank you, Bharti. Thank you for that beautiful question. Meditation, I think, is a lifesaver. It's how you use it in your day to day life, which matters the most. It's a very, very effective tool, very essential tool, especially in today's modern world, where people are surrounded with a lot of gadgets, a lot of distractions, and they suffer from stress, they suffer from anxiety, depression, procrastination. But when you start implementing meditation in your day to day life, what happens is you start experiencing not a 90-degree transformation, not a 180-degree, but a 360-degree transformation in your life. And that really allows you to live your life with complete quality and clarity, which means whatever you're doing, it could be your work, it could be meeting, it could be family, friends, social, your personal passions, whatever you're doing, you do it with complete clarity. You give in your 100%. You're totally present in the moment. Like today, we are totally present in the smartphone. We're all busy scrolling it, going through a lot of things, going through a lot of work presentations, meetings, conversations. But we are draining out inside. We're not able to give 100% quality. But when we practice meditation, it really enhances the value of the relationship. People really feel that you value them, and you get more clarity on where are you heading to, what is your goal, what do you want to do, and you feel more healthy inside this body and your mind. That is something which is very, very profound that I've learned and I'm sharing with you.
So beautiful, Suji. You explained it so wonderfully well. That whatever you're doing, you don't have to stop. So it's a very big myth that I will go into meditation. I will start practicing this when I become free, when I am free from my work life, when I retire, or when I do this. So we've already created goals in our lives and saying, okay, this is the goal post, and once I cross this, this is when I will think about meditating. So people seem to have this misunderstanding that meditation is only for people who have nothing better to do. Whereas what you're explaining to us so wonderfully is that if you are a busy professional, if you are an entrepreneur, a business person, the more busy you are, you need to increase your effectiveness, your efficiency, and meditation helps you do that. So thank you. That's so wonderfully explained. Suji, if I may ask you, how has meditation helped you in your life personally? What's your story?
Great. Okay, so now I would highlight a couple of things which I have seen in my older self and now what I see in my present self. Right. So I was a victim of aggressiveness, a very, very aggressive, short tempered, a bit of dominance. I had a flavor of selfishness, which is always thinking about myself, what am I going to get? And at the same time, because there was a lot of ups and downs during childhood, I started developing a very low self esteem. Like I could never face people. I had no confidence to even forget facing a camera. I couldn't talk to a person. I used to stammer. My body used to shiver. I had no clarity where I am leading in my life. What am I going to do? Why am I even here on planet Earth? And when it comes to my health, I was suffering from uh, hyperthyroidism. I also had a lot of weight. I was like the plumpy one, around 78, 80 kilos I was. So because of that, I had a lot of acne on my face. Like I felt so conscious about myself that I couldn't look it to the camera. I used to hate myself looking to the camera. And I also had a cyst in my fallopian tubes. With all this, it used to cause me a lot of weakness, body tiredness. Of course, procrastination was a part of it because you don't feel like doing anything. But then, when I started incorporating meditation over the last decade and a half, it has beautifully introduced me to my inner self. Like today, being a parent, especially a parent to a teenager, is not very easy. But for me, I see the element of friendship in our bonding more than the motherhood, the parenting. And that is so graceful that we can be so open to each other, we can be so practical, we can share what we like, what we don't like, and everything what I disagree, I can put it out more gracefully. When it comes to work, there is more empathy, there is more healthy bonding at work. And if you see me today, I don't look to be 76 or 78. I am 52 kgs. So it really helped me to tone my body, to eliminate all those conditions which I was going through. Now, because of all this, I am more calm and composed throughout the day with good amount of confidence. And of course, yes, a lot of clarity to help others now because it's helped me. So I'm right here for all of us.
Wow, it is so difficult for me to imagine the previous you that you're describing because I've always known you like this as I see you today, the calm and composed, the most beautiful, confident person I know of, and I've seen you help people turn around their lives. So, I want this one thing for people to take home from what you just said, that meditation is not only impacted your your mind, which is what we understand by the word meditation. This is what, when we loosely use this term, we think, okay, it is something to do with the mind and peace, and that's about it. But what you talked about was the interconnectedness of the mind and body, right? This mind body connection and the impact on our health that we create by using meditative practices is something that I think everybody needs to explore, because we are all going through some kind of stress. So, of course, meditation is helping us in that. But you've also opened up another area to how meditation can help us is also to improve our physical health, not only our emotional and mental health. So, thank you so much for adding that perspective to this conversation. Um, um, so a very, very common question that I come across is, when do I meditate during the day? And sometimes, we just know by default that, okay, morning is the time that I can meditate. But I also have an excuse saying, I don't have time in the morning. So help us understand, when can a person meditate during the day?
It's quite simple. We all have the gift of breathing. And as long as we have this gift of breathing, you can do it any time of the day. So maybe as you wake up in the morning, you can sit on your bed itself. You can meditate maybe for 5 minutes, just observing your breath, and then come out of it. You feel so much more energized. Maybe in between your day, when you're stepping in for an interview, or you have a presentation, or you need to meet a client, or you want to speak to your partner or your child, something very serious, something very critical, do a meditation before that and then get into the conversation. You would see the shift. When you have bodily issues, body pain, cold, cough, do meditation. So it's for any situation, any time. You can do it morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you want, because it has its own benefits. When you are connected to your breath, it really helps you. So do it whenever you like, but do it every single day. That is the motto.
So you made it feel like it is as close to breathing. So if we can breathe, so can we meditate. It sounds as easy as that. But a lot of people really say that meditation is so I can meditate when I can take out, let's say, 15, 20, half an hour, 20 minutes or half an hour in my day. um, and I don't have that kind of time. And you're saying we can do it any time of the day, we can do it as easily as we can breathe. So, will you be able to explain this better? Of what exactly is meditation? Why are you saying it is akin to breathing?
So, meditation has a very deep connection when it comes to you connecting with your own self. So, it's more about your breath connecting with that state inside you, because we all have an inner self, an inner soul. And being a very spiritual person, I would really say that it's all about experience. Until and unless you don't experience it, what it is to sit in meditation, you would not really know how is it impacting me, how is it helping me. So it's always good to write down what is your current state of mind, what are the emotions surfacing up, especially the negative ones, what is the level of stress, anxiety, whatever you're going through, and then sit in meditation. And when you sit in meditation, all you're doing is you are just observing your breath becomes your anchor point. And at that time, what you're doing very subtly is you're letting your mind be itself. Because we all know our mind is that monkey kind which keeps jumping from one thought to another event. And mostly it's all about your past events, 90%. And in that 90%, 85% is negative thoughts. So just imagine in a day if we are having 50 to 60,000 thoughts
Mhm.
and 85% of it is negative, then how productive are we? So that is what meditation brings you to a realization that you don't need anything at that moment except to be connected with your breath. The moment you're connected to your breath, you're relaxing your brain waves. You're allowing those thoughts to just come and go like a passing cloud. You're not even giving attention to it. And always we understand that where we put our focus is where things start manifesting. So it is as simple as that.
From again. Oh, thank you so much, Suji. You know what you have also helped us do is remove this myth of an understanding that we have so many thoughts and we can meditate only we can when we can become thoughtless, and which you said is so not true. We just need to allow our thoughts to pass by and be an observer to them. So it is not about controlling our thoughts or suppressing them. It is about just watching them pass by. uh, so thank you so much. This is something also that I find very, very useful. Patch. I've also heard this one question, Suji, from a lot of people who think meditation is an escape mechanism. What's your take on that?
Meditation brings responsibility. It is not an escape mechanism. Meditation allows you to be in that frame where you become more responsible about your life. You take ownership towards your life. You think the time that you're investing on a particular task, is it necessarily needed? If you're having a conversation with a person, and if that is gossip and backbiting about people, you really become self-aware that, do I invest my time on this? So it allows you to be in a frame of responsibility that, do I need to do this? Is it necessary? Is it important? Is it something which I can park it for later and focus on something which is more critical at this moment? Let it come to your relationship, let it come to parenting, to your work, whatever it is. You become so much more consciously aware that if you're sitting with your child, you would ensure that when you're with your child, you are keeping that smartphone aside. That is the consciousness what meditation brings to you. When you are eating your food, you will not be sitting with the phone talking to someone, because you know that you're eating something which is giving energy to your body. So you become so mindful in eating that food and tell your friend that we would connect later. You would learn to say a no when situations are not appropriate for you. Because many a times people become so much of a people pleaser that no matter it's hurting them deep inside, thrashing them in and out, they still do it to please others because they think only then they can get success, they can get growth. Especially when it comes to corporate world, there's a lot of people pleasing which happens just with the intention that I want to grow. But there are ways where you become more responsible. You show your talent in the right and appropriate and ethical way where you can grow and evolve in life. So it is totally a myth. Yes, meditation is an escape mechanism. It is not at all. Once we experience, we understand that every moment, if we can be mindful, that is what it starts manifesting into life.
So, with this response, I feel that there's another myth that is broken, which is also you have probably just removed the enigma around what is mindful living, what is conscious living, what is living in the now, in the moment, what that means through this response of yours. Very beautiful. Thank you. I think this is such a wonderful take home for me as well. Um, so, how do you suggest meditation can help me as a leader? You can help me understand how my relationship with my coworkers, with my team members, how can I grow in my business if I'm a meditator? Does that help in that area?
Vastly, very, very vastly, because leadership is a huge responsibility. Now, a leader wouldn't want to be dominant, like a dictatorship, like a Hitler. It's not needed. You need to be more empathetic with your people. Because when you are more connected with your people, you can get every work done very collaboratively, with that team bonding, with that understanding, giving each one their space and understanding each one's strength rather than focusing on what they didn't do right, what is their weakness, targeting people. Rather than that, you become more of a very compassionate human being because you become compassionate to your own self. So when you practice meditation, you become kind to your own self. Most of the time, we have this inner critics that I am not good enough, I can't be a good leader, people will not listen to me. I feel so helpless when I need to get works done. I don't know how to delegate. Would this client really buy this business? So all these doubts makes you feel so incomplete with it. But when we practice meditation and we see that every single day, how we walk, our body language changes. We do not be that strict and stern person sitting like that and just commanding and commanding. We become so open. Our mindset becomes open. Our heart connects more. So we think a less from the mind and think more from the heart. Because now we understand that everybody is going through their shares of ups and downs. So if today And at the same time, you start move from a state of self growth. You just don't think about your leadership, my growth, my career, my money. Rather, you start culturing more leaders. When a person is not meditative or not mindful, they only draw followers. They feel so much of pride, so much of happiness, that it's all about followers. But when it's a leader, it's all about creating more leaders. So it has immense benefits.
Wonderful. That's so beautifully said. Yeah. So, which means that when I start meditating, I actually am venturing into self-discovery, self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-love through all of this, and that is something that is flowing over to my team as well. So we cannot let you go, Suji, without really having a brief experience of what meditation truly is. So if you can just take us through a 2 minute meditation exercise. Would that be okay?
Yes, absolutely. I can do that. So we will do a quick mindful breathing to understand what is it and how you need to do it, right? So you sit in a very comfortable position. Yeah. You allow your spine to be long, relax your shoulders, keep your eyes closed throughout the process, and clasping your fingers, resting them comfortably on your lap, crossing your legs at your ankles, or if you're sitting down, you can sit down in Sukhasana. And all you need to do is make your breath your anchor point and just observe your in breath and your out breath. When you inhale, observe your chest and abdomen expanding. And when you exhale, experience the falling of the chest and abdomen, allowing yourself to be with your breath lowers the number of thoughts which is coming to the mind, allows you to relax your facial muscles, relax your body, which in turn allows you to rejuvenate, recharge, and re energize yourself. Because in meditation, when you're observing your breath, you're allowing those cosmic energies to penetrate through you, to experience the state of calmness, compassion, and gratitude. So just observe your in breath and your out breath, breathing in and breathing out. Now let's end this practice by taking a deep, long breath in and a long, relaxing breath out. And whenever you're ready, gently place your fingertips on your eyes. 3, 2, 1. And you may gently open your eyes with a subtle smile on your face.
Is all I can say. Thank you so much, Suji, for being here with us. And I'm very sure everybody who's watching this will understand the power of meditation through what you have shared with us, not only through your words, but also through this experience of meditation. Thank you. And till we meet again, thrive and shine.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Have a beautiful day.